Lewis Hamilton rarely loses his composure on team radio, but during the Mexican Grand Prix, the 7-time world champion hit a breaking point. After being handed a 10-second penalty he felt was completely unfair, Hamilton didn't hold back. His radio message was short, sharp, and filled with frustration, a rare glimpse of just how angry he was about what happened. To make matters worse, Max Verstappen walked away from the same sequence of incidents without a single penalty, even though he played a big part in the chaos that sent Hamilton off track in the first place. The moment that set everything off happened on lap 6, when Verstappen and Hamilton went wheel-to-wheel fighting for position. At turn 1, Verstappen made an aggressive move that pushed Hamilton wide, and as they battled through the following corners, both drivers went off the circuit more than once. Then came turn 4, the key moment. Hamilton tried to go around the outside of Verstappen, locked up, went off track, and rejoined ahead. That's what triggered the stewards' decision, and the 10-second penalty that would eventually drop Hamilton from 3rd to 8th place by the end of the race. Turn 4 became the centre of the controversy. The stewards ruled that Hamilton left the track and gained an advantage by rejoining ahead of Verstappen, instead of taking the escape road or giving the position back, as the race director's instructions required. The penalty was announced on lap 18. When Hamilton's engineer told him the news, his reaction was immediate angry, disappointed, and completely fed up. A few laps later, his words summed it up perfectly. "These guys are unbelievable." It cemented well. But the real source of Hamilton's frustration wasn't just the penalty, it was the inconsistency. Verstappen, who had also gone off at turn 1 and turn 3 during the same battle, received no penalty at all. The stewards reviewed both incidents and decided there was no reason for further action, leaving Verstappen completely in the clear. From Hamilton's point of view, it made no sense both drivers left the track, yet only one was punished. And he wasn't the only one who noticed. His former teammate, George Russell, also called it out from lap 1. Russell complained over the radio that Verstappen had gone wide at turn 1, cut the corner, and gained an advantage, saying, "It's ridiculous. The guy can just cut the grass and keep position." No penalty, no nothing. That frustration showed that other drivers were watching the same thing happen and wondering why nothing was being done. The fight between Hamilton and Verstappen instantly brought back memories of their fierce 2021 rivalry, proof that even though they're not battling for championships this year, the tension between them still burns hot. The racing was hard, aggressive, and exactly what fans love, but it raised the same old question: where's the line between tough racing and going too far? And when the track is Mexico City, one of Verstappen's strongest circuits, where he's won 5 of the last 7 races that question hits even harder, Verstappen knows how to push the limits here. He's comfortable racing aggressively at this circuit and knows where to squeeze. But the bigger issue Hamilton and others were pointing to was consistency, whether all drivers are being judged by the same standard. The penalty changed everything for Hamilton's race. He started 3rd, was running 3rd, and looked set for a podium before the stewards intervened. By the end, he finished 8th, while Verstappen stood on the podium. That contrast, Verstappen gaining, Hamilton losing, made the situation sting even more. Hamilton explained afterward that he locked up because of the low grip at turn 4, not because of reckless driving. Mexico's high altitude affects grip and braking, and turn 4 inches particular is known to catch drivers out. He felt forced off by the earlier battles and believed going off was his only option, not an intentional advantage. But that's the difficult part of Formula One stewarding, balancing hard racing with fair enforcement. The stewards have to make rapid decisions with limited data, trying to keep the racing intense but fair. This time they ruled Hamilton gained an advantage, while Verstappen's actions at turn 1 and 3 were fine. That's where the frustration came from. Russell summed it up perfectly: when one driver goes off track multiple times without punishment and another gets 10 seconds for one incident, something doesn't feel right. Maybe the stewards had reasons for each call, but from the outside, it looks inconsistent. And with only a few races left in the season, drivers are now wondering how similar battles will be judged moving forward. Hamilton's anger wasn't just emotion, it was genuine disbelief. And when other drivers start asking the same questions, it's clear this isn't just one driver complaining. It's about fairness and whether everyone is truly being judged equally. This whole situation also shows how difficult it is for drivers to make instant decisions in close battles. When you're racing wheel to wheel, there's no time to think about how the stewards will interpret your next move. Hamilton believed going off was his only option. The stewards believed he should have backed off or given the position back. In the end, it's one of those moments where milliseconds decide everything, and the fallout lasts for weeks. The Mexican Grand Prix became less about the result and more about how it was decided. Hamilton dropped from 3rd to 8th, Verstappen grabbed another podium, and the debate over stewarding consistency took centre stage again. Whether the FIA reviews how these calls are handled in future races remains to be seen, but what's clear is that drivers and fans want consistency. Hard racing is what makes Formula One exciting, but it has to be fair for everyone. That's the balance Formula One still hasn't quite figured out. And as the season heads into its final stretch, one thing's certain: every battle, every corner, and every decision will be under the spotlight. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe, give this video a like, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Hamilton treated unfairly, or did the stewards make the right call? Either way, we've got more race drama and post-race analysis coming your way. Stay tuned, because we're not done yet.